Yeah, hello. It's afternoon here. I believe in your part of the country it can be maybe in the morning or in the evening. Good morning. If it is in the morning, good afternoon. If it is afternoon, and also good evening if it is evening. At our place here, it is noon. I mean, it is afternoon. It is around 2 something. Yeah. So today we are going to learn particular concept, very important. I want you to stick to the end so that you gain and get knowledge. I would like to appreciate all my subscribers, commenters, and also likers, and also those that are following the channel all through. I would like to appreciate you so much. Continue subscribing, continue watching my videos. Remember to comment and also subscribe always. Thank you everyone watching this video wherever you are from the world. Yeah, welcome to Nyambohanze Teacher. I'm going straight to the point. I'm not going to take a lot of time. Yeah, so last time we talked about the simple past tense. Today we are going to talk about two tenses. I believe time will allow me to speak about all of them. We're going to talk about the past perfect tense and also the past perfect continuous tense, so that in this video I'm going to embed them together so that after learning one aspect you learn the other. I'm also saying that as you watch the video, remember to take notes so that they can help you to to stick in your brain. Yeah, for memory. If you are a teacher, you want to teach this area, you can also write the notes. I think they are summarized, easy to understand for students of whichever category. Strong, good learners, weak learners, average learners, all of them are going to understand. Those ones that learn for this, for enjoyment and also for entertainment, okay, this one is also good. It will help in one or the other so that you speak correctly as you're speaking. Maybe if you're an orator or you're a speaker or you're an MC, those MCs that usually speak in parties, this one is for you. And everyone else in the world, thank you very much. Yeah. So basically I'm going to talk about the past perfect tense and also the past perfect continuous tense in one lesson. I'm saying that stick to the end so that you can learn this important aspect. So when you talk about a perfect tense, as we spoke earlier on, this is also referred to as a completive tense. It means an action that is completed at the time of speaking. So when you talk about the past perfect tense, this refers to two actions that one action was completed before another action started. We're also going to look at the structure of the tenses and also examples, and also how we are going to use the tenses. And later on, we're going to look at the exercise. I'm going to give you an exercise during your own time. You can do it. An exercise testing on the tense. After that, we shall talk about the past continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense that will use the same methodology of teaching. We shall talk about the meaning of the tense, the usage, and then we talk about the structure of the tense, examples of the sentences from that, and also key features of the tense. And thereafter, as usual, the last part will be the exercise that will test on the tense, which will be very important for you. Yeah, remember to watch up to the end. If you have not subscribed, the new subscribers, remember to subscribe to this channel. The returning subscribers, thank you very much for always watching my videos. Otherwise, let's begin immediately. I have Currently, I don't have a whiteboard or a blackboard, so I just prepared notes using my handwriting. I think it's going to be clear. Everybody's going to understand the handwriting. So meanwhile we're growing, we're moving like that so that everybody gets it early. The earlier the better. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so you can check the notes on the past perfect tense. I think the handwriting is good, is the best according to me. So to define this tense, past perfect tense, this tense is used to show that an action was completed before another action or time in the past. So it means these actions were completed in the past, but there are two actions. So one is completed before another action, but all of them were completed in the past. So if you look at this particular tense, it is also called a completive tense. It means the actions have now been completed. Yeah, if you look at the structure of the past perfect tense, you have the subject plus had plus verb, but the verb must be in the past participle, plus object if this verb is transitive verb. So if you look at the structure, this is how the sentence will appear. The subject, we said in our previous videos that the subject is the doer of an action, or the main part of the action, and then had plus the verb, but the verb must be in the past participle, the third part of the verb. Yeah, if it is transitive verb. Yeah, so I was talking about the past participle. I believe that you know what past participle is. We have the first part of the verb, infinitive verb. We have the past tense and then the past participle. An example of a verb is eat, is in its infinitive form or basic form. And then we have the past tense would be ate. And then past participle now would be eaten. So that is the past participle. And then plus object. Object is usually the receiver of the action that is performed by the subject. Not all sentences have objects. We have those verbs that require objects. They are usually referred to, in grammar, they are usually referred to as transitive verbs. These are the verbs that require objects for them to make sense. The ones that don't require objects are intransitive verbs. Those ones that require objects are referred to as transitive verbs. This is a very simple structure. It is not very difficult. Let me not explain so much there so that students can easily get what I am saying. If you look at examples of these sentences here, we have the first example: she had left before I arrived. She had left before I arrived. The subject in the first sentence is she, and then we have had. The verb there is left before I arrived. And then look at the sentence. We have the subject she had plus verb. Yeah, I think this sentence does not have an object. The second example: they had eaten dinner by 8 p.m. They had eaten dinner by 8 p.m. So the moment you follow the structure, then the sentence is in the past perfect tense. As long as you follow the structure of the sentence. They had eaten dinner by 8 p.m. So in the second sentence, the subject is they, and then we have had. The verb there is they had eaten dinner by 8 p.m. So they is the subject, had, and then the verb is eaten. Remember, I gave an example of this aspect in the past participle. So eaten is a verb. Yeah. So don't worry about the cock. The cock is crowing always at this time of the day here. So day is the subject, as you have seen. Had is there, and also the verb, and of course this sentence has an object, dinner. They had eaten what? Dinner by 8 p.m. So that is the subject, that is the had, and then the verb plus the object dinner. It receives the action that is performed by the subject they. So thirdly, a third example, I had finished my homework before the movie started. I had finished my homework before the movie started. I is the subject, had, then finished is the verb in the past participle. My homework will be the object in this particular sentence. Remember, we have two objects. We have direct object and indirect object. This one will be covered maybe in subsequent videos. Yeah. Then straight away we move to usage. I think how the verb has been used. I mean how the tense is used. If you look at the first usage is to show the earlier of the two past actions. So if you look at these sentences, we shall look at and see which action was completed before the other action started. She had left. Look at this sentence. She had left before I arrived. So which sentence was the first one? She had left. So it means I arrived when she had left. They had eaten dinner by 8 p.m. So by the time it was 8 p.m., they had already eaten dinner. And then I had finished my homework before the movie started. So the two actions there are finishing my homework and also I had finished my homework before the movie started. So the two actions are finishing my homework and also the movie starting. So finishing my homework comes first, and then the movie starting comes second. These are the two actions there. So to show, I was talking about the usage, to show the earlier of the two past actions. Yeah, for example, in our sentence here we have, by the time he arrived, we had gone. So if we deduce here and see which actions are these, him arriving and us going. I think we went before he arrived. So that is that. And then secondly, to talk about a condition or experience in the past. To talk about a condition or experience in the past. For example, I had never seen such a beautiful place before. So the condition or the experience there is seeing a beautiful place. It's talking about a condition in the past. So the signal words there, the words that connect the sentence, we have before, after, by the time, already, when, as soon as, and many others. Those are the signal words when using the past perfect tense. Yeah. Then the exercise there, you can see I've given a few questions. The exercise says fill in the blanks with the correct form. Fill in the blanks with the correct form, that is the past perfect of the verbs in bracket. She dash leave the room before he entered. By the time the show started, we dash arrive. So in the first example, you can say she had left the room before he entered. The second example, you can say by the time the show started, we had arrived. Let me show you the other sentences. You'll try them on your own. Yeah, I dash never see such a big elephant before. You use the same structure. They dash finish lunch when I call them. You also use the same structure to fill in the gaps. So the importance of filling the structure, the importance of putting the structure, knowing the structure, it will guide you in answering such questions in exams. Yeah, as I was saying, the importance of knowing the structure, it will help you to answer such questions. When you see such a question, you will remember the structure and it will become very easy. Yeah, so I'm just going to conclude this particular tense by taking through the notes. You'll see the notes clearly. Yeah, these are the notes. You can check them clearly. I'm going to take you very slowly so that you can understand. This is the structure here. Yeah, then the examples are here. These are the examples. Then the usage, you can see how it is used. Very simple, very simple, very simple. Yeah, the signal words, the ones that are used to connect and join, and also the exercise. A good teacher always leaves an exercise for the students. Using the same structure, you fill in the gap. Yeah, that is the end of the past perfect tense. So that is it. You can see, you can check. Very clear, very nice. I think the notes are very clear. You can see. Clear, 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 totally clear. Yeah. Yeah, so we have come to the end of the first tense. I think it is a nice lesson, assuming that you're live students. It would be a very nice lesson. Yeah, so that is the past perfect tense. Yeah, I think if you're watching me right now, you're seeing me, you have come to the middle of the video. So I'm going on to present on the past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. The past perfect is connected to the past perfect continuous tense. So if you already know the past perfect tense, the structure and everything, it is going to be very easy for you to know the past perfect continuous tense. Anytime you see a perfect tense, remember to use the verb in the past participle. Anytime you see a continuous tense, remember that the verb is normally in ing form. Are we together? So showing an ongoing action, whether in the past, whether present or future. But today we are looking at the past perfect continuous tense. Yeah, it can be boring, but as long as you get clear examples and knowledge of the tense, it is very easy, especially when you are speaking. This aspect, especially when talking about the continuous perfect continuous, most students get it very difficult. But if you look at the past perfect, we are using the structure with the subject plus had plus the verb in the past perfect, past participle, and then plus the object. When now we'll be talking about the past perfect continuous, it will be connected in such a manner that you're going to use the subject plus had, and we're going to introduce something, and then the verb now will be in the form of ing. Whatever we're going to introduce there is been. So it's going to be very easy for you. So you will have the subject in the past perfect continuous, and then plus had as usual because it is past, and then we're going to have been. Now the verb will be different from the past perfect. It will be in ing to show that this is a continuous tense, but in the past. So let's dive and see what this is all about. I have also prepared some simple notes on that. Remember to be very keen, look at the notes, deduce them, decipher them, and also you can also write them so that you can use them to teach students. Or if you are a learner or a student in holiday, in whichever part of the country you are, you can write the notes and can guide you. If you've already been given by your teacher, I believe they are different in a one way or the other, and it can help you to to critique this particular topic. So always that. So that means Nyabohanse teacher can teach anybody in this world. He can teach in any country, whether it is the farthest part is Australia, whether it is Antarctica, whether it is South Africa, UK, America, London, whichever part of the country I can teach. So this shows that this language, English, is English. Wherever you go, this is how it's supposed to be. So let me go straight to the points and see the notes on this. Thank you. Remember to watch up the end so that you can gain accordingly. Yeah, continuing. The past perfect continuous tense. As I had already reiterated, the structure is here. The subject, normally we must begin the subject. We have the subject plus had plus been plus the verb in ing, because this is a continuous tense, plus object. So we're going to see how these sentences are going. An example, when we talked about, remember when we gave examples on this tense, past perfect tense here. We talked about this particular tense here. We talked about this example, she had left before I arrived. If we use this structure, then it's going to be now different. We shall now say she had been living. She had been living before I arrived, something like that. So let's move straight away. So the structure appears like that: subject plus had plus been plus the verb. So it means it is the main verb or the infinitive verb plus ing plus the object. So this change in verb, the additional of being, makes it the past perfect continuous tense. The usage: 1, to show an action that started in the past and continued until another point in the past, or continues. But we talked about continued. We talk about continued because this is the past. Yeah. So instead of continue, you cannot say ongoing. An example: she had been studying. So the action that started in the past is studying. So this person had been studying for 2 hours before the power went out. So there are 2 points in the past: studying and also the power going out. So it means when we're talking about the usage of this sentence or this tense to show an action that started in the past, the action that started in the past is she had been studying. This is the action that started in the past for 2 hours before the power went out. So this is another point in the past that came after this person studying. Yeah. And then the second, how it's used. Secondly, you can say to focus on the past of to focus on the duration of a past action. The duration, a particular time or period of something. For example, they had been playing football for 2 hours before it started to rain. So the duration there is 2 hours. So they had been playing football for 2 hours before it started to rain. Or somebody would say they had been playing football for 2 hours before it started raining. So it will it depend on how you want to use. If you want to use to infinitive like this, to rain, if you want to use ing, it will still be okay. So that is how it can be used to focus on the duration of a past action. So the duration there is 2 hours. Thirdly, to show cause and effect in the past. Maybe something caused another thing in the past. Yeah, cause and effect. He was tired. An example: he was tired because he had been working all night. As I'm saying this, remember to check whether we are following the structure of this particular tense. So what caused the other in this particular tense, this sentence? Tiredness made, the working whole night made this person tired. So he was working, he was tired because he had been working all night. So working all night made this person tired. In this particular tense, the past perfect continuous tense to show cause and effect in the past. Yeah, let's look at other examples in this particular tense. Yeah, I had been reading for an hour before she called. It means the action that had happened in the past. The action that started in the past is reading. This person had been reading for an hour before she called. The kids had been watching TV until dinner was ready. So this action started in the past and even continued until the moment dinner was ready. It had been raining all day. So the action of raining started in the past and continued in the past. So the roads were flooded. I think this would be cause and effect. The keywords or the pronouns that were used there to connect the sentences, we have for, we have since, we have before, we have until, we also have by the time, among others. These ones can be very, very invaluable when connecting the sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. Yeah, I think I've come to the end there. We can look at the notes first, and then now we can conclude by looking at the exercise. Those are the notes. You can check them slow by slow. I think they're very clear. They're even clearer than the whiteboard. This is how they're used. This is how they're used. Yeah, and then the second usage, you can see there an example. The third usage, and then an example. Yeah, these are the other examples in the sentence or in the tense. Yeah, the keywords are there. Very clear notes, very understandable, easy to understand. If you don't understand any concept, you can always reach me in my DM, or you can even comment in the comment section. I'm very fast to respond. Yeah. This is an exercise. Fill in the gaps using the appropriate form of the verb in the past perfect continuous tense. She work at the company for 5 years before she got promoted. The main verb there is work. We wait for the bus for 30 minutes when it finally arrived. So the verb there is wait. The main verb there is wait. They play football all morning before it started to rain. The main verb there is play. He sleep when the phone rang. So the main verb there is sleep. Following the rule of grammar, the syntax there, in the first sentence we shall say an example. She had been working at the company for 5 years before she got promoted. So that one is showing the duration in that particular tense, the past perfect continuous tense. Thank you very much. I think we have come to the end of that particular lesson. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to follow Nyabohanse Teacher. Subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I have come to the end of the video. I'm very happy, you can see, because the video has ended. I think I have done the necessary. I have taught clearly and simply, in a simple way. Anticipate to learn other tenses in the future. So far we have talked about almost all the tenses. We have talked about the simple present tense. We have talked about the present perfect tense. I think we have not talked about the present perfect continuous. So it is almost the same way, but I'll create time to talk about the present perfect continuous tense before now jumping into the future. Most students have a problem when talking about the future tense, but Nyabohanse teacher is going to make it very simple for you. Remember to follow me. Yeah, if you don't subscribe to my channel right now, you may never meet me again. So I'm going to do all the tenses. Any student in the world that has a problem in tenses should always follow and subscribe to Nyabohanse teacher so that you can know these sentences. Remember, we are talking about the definition. We are defining the tense. We are talking about how we can use the tense, various examples, and imagine we are also talking about. We are also giving the exercise, an exercise from the questions, from the topic, so that you know whether you're able to answer the questions correctly. Anticipate to learn the present perfect continuous tense, because we already talked about the present perfect continuous tense, and then we shall also talk about the future simple. As usual, we shall start from this future simple, and then the future perfect tense, and then the future perfect continuous tense, and then we shall finish all this. And then lastly, we shall to ensure that you understand the tense, we shall use one sentence and change the sentence from the simple present tense to the last tense that we're going to talk about, which is the future perfect continuous tense. Remember to stick to the channel, always follow, hit the notification bar, so that anytime I post my videos, you'll see and know that this guy has posted the videos, so that you can follow and learn. If you are an enthusiast of English, or you are interested and you want to learn the language clearly, you want to be the best version of yourself in the language, whether you don't know the language, somebody somewhere may have told you that you don't speak good English, in whichever part of the country you are, remember this is the best channel to learn. Otherwise, I appreciate everyone that has watched my video up the end. Just say that I don't have any gift to give you, my returning subscribers. I will just say, may the Almighty God be with you and bless you as you watch the videos. New subscribers, welcome to this channel, welcome to this community, welcome to this family. And everyone else that feels to join the channel, subscribe to Nyabohanse teacher. Yeah, you're always welcome. Feel free to chat Nyabohanse teacher. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. My contacts are in the bio. If you wish to have a private tuition or a private question, you can always ask me. Otherwise, lovely evening, lovely day. Goodbye. Bless, a big up.